Hello, everyone. We will wait for 3 minutes to start the orientation. Thank you for your patience. Okay, now the orientation begins. Is the audio all right? Okay, thank you. Now, welcome to the 2024 Model Entrepreneur Competition Final Round Orientation. My name is Laurie, and I am glad to be your host today. We're excited to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Model Entrepreneur Competition. We're glad to have you here to witness this remarkable milestone with us. And before we introduce the judges, congratulations again to all the contestants. Your advancing to the final round is a significant achievement reflecting your hard work, passion, and commitment to entrepreneurship. We look forward to seeing your outstanding performances in the final round. Without further ado, let's meet our judges, starting with the founder and CEO of IEG, Mr. Paul Shi. Hello, Paul.
Hey, good morning, Laurie. Thank you, Laurie.
Good morning. Would you like to have some words? Would you like to have some words to everyone?
Absolutely. What an incredible journey it has been to reach this moment. To all of you, our finalists of the 10th Model Entrepreneur Competition, congratulations. You have demonstrated remarkable innovation, resilience, and entrepreneurial spirit. Each of you are here today because you dare to dream big, put in the hard work, and showcase your exceptional talents. Your creativity and dedication have set you apart in a very competitive field, especially this year where we get a highest number of participants. Please do feel proud, take a moment. And as you move forward, remember that this is just the beginning and there are still a lot of work that needs to be put into for the final round. Some of you might actually need more work than the others, but don't worry. You are here because you have a really solid, innovative idea that you can work on. So continue to innovate, inspire, and strive for excellence. Congratulations once again, and the best luck of you for the final round and all your future endeavors.
Thank you, Paul. And
Welcome.
now, let's invite our next judge, Mr. Martin Anderson. Hello, Martin.
Hello,
Would you like
everyone.
to have a chat with everyone?
Yes, hello, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm
Yes.
excited to once again be a judge for the Model Entrepreneur Competition. This year will be my 10th year as a judge, and I have to say, dear students, that I am consistently impressed by your creativity, courage, and enthusiasm. Creativity is vital, of course, because it's what makes your ideas stand out among hundreds of often similar ideas. But courage and enthusiasm are equally important, because it was not easy to endure the numerous rounds of feedback, criticism, and revisions that were a necessary part of your journey to this final competition round. In many regards, your experience in the Model Entrepreneur Competition mirrors what you can expect in the real world as entrepreneurs. Potential investors, business partners, and the marketplace at large are, by their nature, very skeptical, and they will be unfiltered in their criticism, but also hopefully more often enthusiasm for your ideas. Overall, the fact that you have made it this far in the MEC competition demonstrates that you are on your way to developing the skills you will need to succeed as entrepreneurs. I have no doubt that in the years ahead, from among you, we will see the next Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, or Jack Ma. With that, I wish you all good luck with the rest of the competition.
Thank you, Martin. And let's welcome our next judge, Mr. Herman Chang. Hello, Herman.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone from
Hello.
different part of the world. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Excellent.
Would you like to share some insights, everyone?
Absolutely. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. And good evening, everyone from different part of this world. Welcome again. You reached this far, and that's something that you need to congratulate and feel proud of. For those who have actually get a chance to review your project submission in the early rounds, I may have given you some really hard time, but rest assured, that's really trying to make sure you have a really solid base to build on for your final round. Exactly what Paul has mentioned earlier. You may have, some of you may have a bit more work, some of you may have a little bit less work to get on in the next few weeks to get to the final round and take the trophy. All right. So I'm not going to repeat those specific comments, but in general, what I would like you guys to focus on is 3 Ps. Okay. Make sure the first P is possible. All right. Make sure the idea that you put in is possible. Right. So it is feasible. It is something that someone actually wants that problem to be solved. So it's possible. The second P is plausible. So you need to look at the practicality, right? How you actually can make that happen in your market, whether it is in the States, whether it is in US or any part of the world, to make sure you consider all the potential risks that may derail your idea by your opponents in the final round. And last P is probable. How you actually make that really probable. So it's not just, yeah, it is possible, but how you actually make it probable and win the market share that you put in your business plan. All right, I'm going to stop here. I look forward to seeing your performance and your presentation in the final round. Thank you again.
Thank you, Herman. Thank you so much. And last but not least, Dr. Shelby Forbes. Hello, Shelby. Hello, Shelby.
And Shelby, you're on mute. You're still on mute. Sorry.
Sorry, and this isn't my first time with Zoom, so I think it's maybe chalking it up to the time zone here. We're at 10 o'clock here in the Eastern time zone. But just echoing what the other judges said, I want to congratulate you for making it this far. You really don't get to this point without having an extremely diligent work ethic, a strong sense of communication and collaboration skills, and a certain degree of business savviness. So I think we're all probably very type A in this virtual meeting room, and I think it's important to have those little moments to check in with yourself and realize what an accomplishment it is getting to this stage in and of itself, right? That said, no matter what happens, the skills that you've developed here are going to carry you very far. They're going to be invaluable in your college career. And this is speaking as a college professor. And then, even thereafter, right? Like what everyone else has said. So I think, this was a really wise investment on your part. And, I think it's going to pay off in the long run. I also wanted to say that I think that, there are a couple questions that I would hope that you're answering as we go into these final rounds. And for me, it's always the two questions. So what? So, so what is it about your product or your service that can produce a tangible, measurable impact? The more specific you can be, the better. Don't give us vague generalities because they just won't land, right? And then secondly, who cares? Again, be as specific as possible in who your stakeholders are, right? And I think, two bits of advice I would also give as, someone who teaches communication-based courses. Of course, I know you're going to practice. I'm sure you've already have so much, but read aloud to your family, to your friends, to anybody who's going to listen, because they're going to point out flaws in your plan that we kind of, fill in the blanks for. Our mind will just, kind of gloss it over, but they're going to say, hey, wait a minute, this was not clear to me. And, they're going to be an invaluable resource for you. So use them. And then my last bit of advice is that research shows us that our audience remembers the first and last things we say the most. Everything in the middle kind of, we're hoping they get it. They may or may not. So really, lead with an attention-getting introduction, what we call in English a hook, or in public speaking settings, an attention getter. Really captivate us, make us want to listen and continue on. And then close the same way, leave a lasting impression. That's going to really help distinguish you from your competitors. And that's my little bit of advice going forward.
Thank you so much, Shelby.
Mm-hmm.
And here we move on to the competition process and schedule. Let's watch this video for your final round preparation.
Before the competition starts, please make sure your background is clear and neat, so the judges can focus on you and your presentation. Next, stay in a quiet environment during the whole competition process. Don't forget to dress formally, ideally match your teammates to show team image. Third, make sure your microphone and camera function smoothly. Double-check your internet connection beforehand. Please enter the waiting room 15 minutes before the starting time of the competition. If encountering internet issue, you can either switch between Wi-Fi and cellular data, or leave and rejoin the meeting again. If both solutions do not work and is impacting your performance, the MEC organizer will contact you for further arrangement afterwards. Thank you for your patience. We look forward to your fabulous performance.
And now I'm handing you over to Luann for further details.
Thank you, Lori, and hello, everyone. So first, all finalists, kindly be informed that all future MEC events will be conducted via Zoom. So please ensure you download or update the software on the devices you are going to use during the final round, and check that it is functioning properly before the official competition. Now let's take a closer look at the competition process and schedule. We will be providing 4 rehearsal sessions prior to the final round competition. During these rehearsals, all participants will be able to go through the whole process like it is during the final round, which can help you ensure a smooth performance on the competition day. So it is crucial that you attend at least one of the rehearsal sessions. And here are the 4 available time slots in Pacific Daylight Time and China Standard Time respectively. Participants from the same team do not need to attend the same rehearsal session, which means that you can join any session that fits your own personal schedule. You can also attend more than one rehearsal if you like to be more familiar with the process. And on the day of the official competition, please make sure to change your Zoom username to include your PRT number, team assignment, and your name when logging into the competition lobby. For example, if you are from PRT1 Team A, change your username to PRT1A_ your name. This will help judges quickly identify your team and know who's speaking at the moment. Okay, so next page. On the competition day, we will have 3 rooms open for different sessions, which are the lobby, competition room 1, and competition room 2. The first room is the lobby, which will be available for all finalists during the competition. All participants should enter the lobby 15 minutes before their scheduled time. And when it's your team's turn, the lobby host will provide you with a link to competition room 1. You will be staying in the waiting room of room 1 before the room 1 host lets you in for your first competition session. And after you complete your first session in room 1 host will provide you with a link to competition room 2. Again, you will be waiting in the waiting room before the room 2 host lets you in. You will then start your second competition session. And once you complete the second session, it means that you have finished the entire final round competition. You can then leave competition room 2. Again, we strongly suggest you attend at least one of the rehearsal sessions provided in July. It will greatly help you understand the whole process. So please make sure you attend it on time. We will be moving across different rooms during the rehearsal days. So if you are late and the session has moved on to the next room, you will not be able to join the rehearsal halfway through. We will provide the lobby link via email before the rehearsal and the competition. You can also find a link on the official MEC website in the competition process section. Now let's move on to the next part. Here are the key dates and deadlines for the upcoming events. The closest date is your submission deadline for your videos and final business proposal. And soon after the submission deadline, online voting will be accessible to the public from June 18th to July 8th. Then there will be the rehearsals before the official final round competition, followed by the award ceremony from July 22nd to July 31st. All dates and time can also be found on the official MEC website. Please make sure to keep track of these dates and be prepared for each phase of the competition. Your PRT assignment and schedule will be accessible on the official MEC website by the end of next week. Please make sure to check them beforehand to ensure timely attendance for the competition. And this is an important announcement. If any of your team members are unable to participate in the final round for a certain period during the 3-day competition from 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. on July 28th to 30th due to significant reasons, please inform us via email by next Tuesday, which is May 28th in Pacific Daylight Time. We will do our best to accommodate the schedule. But once the schedule is published online, no further adjustments will be made. Okay, let's move to the next part. Here's an important note for all participants. All teams will have to complete your account validation by uploading your first round BP to your upload section on dashboard. Later on, you can replace it by your final round business proposal before the deadline. As for your final submission, please follow the format requirements listed here and use the correct file naming convention. Late submission may result in disqualification, so make sure to meet the deadlines. This will help us stay organized and ensure a smooth process for you. And now we will have Paul talk about the scoring rubrics and criteria for the competition.
Thank you, Luan.
Thank
Hi,
you.
everyone. You're welcome. So yeah, so this is the scoring rubric. Please go to the next slide. Yeah. So there's going to be 4 sections. So there's going to be the promotional video, and then there's the sorry, I'm not seeing the slides. I'm not sure if you're on the right slide, but there's going to be 4 parts totaling 350 points. And basically everyone will have a chance to have a maximum of 50 points for their promotional video. The way we calculate this is a little bit different. So if you're in the last place, it doesn't mean you'll get 0 points. So don't worry. But if you're in the first place, the one who has the most votes will receive 50 points out of 50 points of the maximum points allowed on the promotional video. For the roadshow video, you can treat this as a video version of your final business plan. Again, the roadshow video is like the video version of your final business plan. And the promotional video is like a 1-minute commercial video where it can be you playing the instrument, or you can be filming a movie or anything like that. So it is really up to you what you want to do. Okay. I'm not sure why it's going to the next slide, but anyway, so yeah. And then and then the promotional video voting, you get another 50 points. And then the peer and judging panel review, which is the final round, final 3 days, you will receive 150 points. Again, the total points will add up to a total of 350 points. And then that will rank you apparently for the final round of the MEC. Okay, next slide. So this is real quick. We're just going over what we look for. Again, I'm not going to go over this here in greater detail, but please visit the official website. Every single component is listed on there, so you know exactly what you need to do to get the maximum points. There's relevance, creativity, wow effect. If you're not sure what wow effect is, you look at the definition, right? All right, next page. So that's for the promotional video. The roadshow video, again, 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Please do abide by the time limit, because we do not want you to go over indefinitely, right? Again, you need to fit everything within the time limit. For the promotional video, it's 1 minute and 15 seconds. For the roadshow video, it's 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Please make sure to, confine yourself to the time limit. Okay, next slide. Peer review. So PRT means peer review team. Again, just in case, just to build on what Luan said, on the final round, you will have another PRT, meaning that it's your peer review team, right? It's not your competitor per se, but it's your peer review team. So your peer review team will look at your PowerPoint, and then in room 1, they'll ask you questions where you can answer them. Vice versa, you will be going over your peer review team's PowerPoint and presentation and everything, right? Including promotional video. And then you will ask them questions on the final round in room 1, right? In room 1. So that's what PRT means. So in each room, there'll be 2 teams. There'll be your team and another team, or your PRT. Yeah. Okay. Next. And then this is for room 2, right? That was room 1. You ask questions, you get judged by the quality of your question and the way you answer them. And then for room 2, it's 100% judge question time, right? So the judge will ask you very, very insightful questions. And then we want to see what kind of constructive feedbacks or responses that you will be able to provide. And you will be judged on that. And these are the criteria. These are the 6 major criteria. Okay, next slide. And then now to the fun part, right? This year we're raising the awards by a lot. The first place will receive a total of $13,000. Out of that, $3,000 will be cash prize for you to launch your business idea. We're not responsible for taxes. You have to pay your own taxes. But first round, $3,000 US. Second place, $1,500, and the third place, $1,000. Again, all these details will be will be reflected on the MEC brochure for you to download. So go to your dashboard and then just download them. You can peruse through them and then see what kind of prices there are. Next slide. We're trying to, I mean, every finalist is a winner. I mean, you guys will receive a certificate for the finalists, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to entertain everyone, right? Not everyone's going to be a winner, and that's not the real life. So this is not so basically, if you don't get any prize, do not feel discouraged, because again, this is very subjective. Every business competition is very subjective, right? Just like music and art. Someone might think, oh, you play the violin like really, really well, and then you deserve to be first place. But then the other judge might think that they don't like the way you move your bow or the way you do your crescendo, right? So basically, don't be discouraged. This is not sports, right? This is not basketball where the team who scores higher wins. So do not get discouraged. If you don't get any prize in MEC, you might be able to get another prize somewhere else, right? The same thing. If you get a prize somewhere else, but then you come to MEC, bring your business proposal, and then you didn't get anything, again, don't be discouraged, right? All right, next page. And then now it's the Q&A session. Yeah, so if anyone has a question, feel free to type. You use the chat function to ask us, or if you want to just use the raise hand function on Zoom, or you just want to speak out, unmute yourself and speak out, feel free to. And if any of the judges want to add anything, please feel free to as well. Don't be shy. It usually takes 30 seconds for people to ask something. All right. So John's asking, is there a time limit for our presentation? Yes, John. So for I'm assuming you're asking for the final round. So the final round is 2 rooms. So each room you will get a certain amount of time to respond, and there will be a timer, right? You will see a timer in the background, so you will know exactly how much time you're left, and so you will be able to pace yourself. So John and everyone else, please try to make, like what Luan said, please try to make to one of the sections based on one of your demo sections. Yeah, so you do want to do a dry run section with us, so you know exactly what's happening in room 1 and what's happening in room 2. When will we see the slides and business competition of our PRT competitor? Right before we no. So I'm not sure what your name is, but D is David. You will be able to see your PRT's promotional video, final business plan, and roadshow video by June. When's the date?
It will be around a week after the final round submission deadline.
Okay.
When we collect all the submission materials, and we will update to the dashboard where you can see your PRT's works.
So D as David, you will see the PRT around the week of the 23rd of June. The week of the 23rd of June. So this is the time where you want to pick up, you want to break away the PPT of your PRT, and then you want to do research on them, so you can ask really constructive questions for the final round. Again, you will be judged for the quality of the questions that you ask. Yeah. So you will have enough time. Yes, very good question, D. Yeah. Sue, can you share more information on what happens in room 1? Okay. All right. Luan, can you or Lori, can you go back to the slide with the room 1 and room 2?
Wait a sec. Here it is.
Yeah. Okay. So for room 1, very good question again, Sue. So room 1, you will be scored primarily on the quality of questions and the quality of responding them, right? So what that means, what that transpired to is the quality of questions, right, and responses. That means the work that you're doing for your PRT, whether you really read through them, and then whether you've you're given a good thought process regarding their presentations or regarding their ideas. For neither room, you do not need to use your PPT. You will not need to use your presentation, nothing, nor video, nor anything, because the judges would have already read through your entire material, so they know what's going on, right? So in room 1 is purely Q&A. You need to ask questions on your PRT, and then you need to respond accordingly to your PRT, right? That's room 1. For room 2, it'll 100% again purely be questions from the judges. So the judges will challenge you on your idea. Maybe not challenge. Some of them will challenge. Some of them will be really nice, right? So you'll be able to interact with the judges, and maybe some clarification will be required. Maybe not. So it'll be a free form. So you will not need to prepare any PowerPoint slide. The only PowerPoint slide you will need to prepare is your final business plan, right? Where you need to submit online. That's for the judges to read and for your PRT to go through. For John, okay, for the score rubric on peer and judging panel Q&A, it mentions that a business should be easily scaled and is worth investing in. What makes a business idea be easily scaled and be worth investing in? Very good question, John. Again, I cannot speak for all the judges. It really depends on how the judge see your idea. If you're saying you want to open a Starbucks equivalent store, is it easily scaled? Probably not. But with enough funding capital, you will, right? Because opening a store takes a lot of funding, right? And versus if you're saying you want to sell item on Taobao and Alibaba or eBay or Etsy, right? It's probably easier, right? It's relatively easier because it's done online, but that doesn't mean opening a physical store, the idea is worse than opening something online, right? It's not. Again, it really needs to take into every single consideration of your entire business proposal. So, I mean, it's really hard. It's a good question, John. I can't really tell you how it's going to be judged. You just need to have enough supporting idea. If you want to do Starbucks style business, you need to have sufficient ideas backing up that idea so that the judges will be like, hey, yeah, I mean, it seems John's team is able to scale this easily, right? So, yeah. And then to clarify, we submit 1 business plan and 2 video. Yes, Dan, exactly. You need to submit 1 business plan, which is the final business plan, and 2 videos. And yeah, you need to use PowerPoint. You want to use PowerPoint to do your PPT, your business plan, right? Business plan is the PPT. Actually, let me rephrase that. If you want, you can use PPT for your business plan, but you can also use Word with charts for your. I'm assuming you will put into some charts, right? It cannot be all words. If it's all words, it's probably a little bit hard to read, and then you probably want to have some graph and chart or research that you want to share with the judges. So again, you can use PowerPoint slides, or you can use Word, or you can use Excel, whatever you want to use it. That will be your business plan, right? The business plan can be a combination of charts, words, and that's it. Charts and words. Yeah, you cannot put video. Video will belong to the 2 videos that you do. So Henry, how is the voting going to work for? Okay. Yeah, Henry, it will be done through a survey mechanism called Survey Hero, surveyhero.com. That's the website we'll be using. And then you will be able to ask your friends and families, hey, go to this website link and then click on my team, right? Click on my team and then vote for me. Yeah. So you will be able to vote and get your friends and families to vote for you. Whoever has the most vote will be considered the first place. And again, the maximum point for video voting is 50 points, 50 points. David Shane, will we be assigned 1 space PRT after the final submission, or will we have to review business alone? Good question, David. 1 PRT. You will have 1 PRT. The same PRT will go into room 1 with you and then move to room 2 with you. So you have 1 PRT. This is why we want to only give you 1 PRT, because you will have enough time to actually do a lot of research on them. And then, try to pick on their ideas and challenge them, right? Okay, you're welcome, Henry. So then, should there be a lot of visual elements of graph and charts in business plan? Yeah, then it's really up to you. We're leaving this up entirely up to your team. Some teams enjoy wording, some teams enjoy having charts. It is really up to you. Again, remember there's two videos, right? Then, so one video is promotional video. It's like a commercial. This is where you want to be creative. The other video is the roadshow video. Basically, again, it's the video version of your PowerPoint or your Word document or your business plan, right? Again, it's the video version of your business plan. So you probably definitely want to include components in your business plan, but it's basically give you another chance of, basically showcasing, right? Showcasing your business plan in another format. Yeah. Okay, John, to clarify, do we repeat our business plan in the final? No, you do not need to, John, you do not need to present your business plan in the final round because the judges would have already seen your promotional video, your roadshow video, and your final business plan, right? So they've already seen it. So you do not need to go over or present your business proposal. Room 1 is Q&A, right? Q&A. So room 2 is questions on your business plan. Yeah, so you just need to answer questions and clarify. You will not. And this is not a, let's put it this way. This is not a public speaking competition or a public or a, yeah, it is not a public speaking competition. This is a business competition or entrepreneurial competition. You will not be judged for your grammar, your English speaking capability. I mean, if you want to say this cheap, this expensive, you're lacking the middle words, it's fine. We're not gonna judge that. So then do not worry. Yeah, you do not need to have native speaking, English speaking speakers. And I really do encourage you, if you look at the rubric carefully, there's one item that says teamwork. So how do you, I'm pretty sure someone's going to ask me this, so I'm going to say this first. How do you judge teamwork, right? So then you want everyone to at least speak, right? In room 1 or room 2, right? You want all your teammates, whether it's 2, whether it's 8 people, right? To at least respond, to show up, to respond, to say something, right? I mean, this sort of demonstrate that you guys are covering each other, right? So that would be a good demonstration of teamwork. Yeah. All right. You're welcome, Dan. Any questions, or if the judges want to shed some light? Herman, yes, please.
Yeah. I want to go back to the question about scalability and investability. I think that was from, who was that from? That was from John, right? Yeah, John. So yeah, I just want to share, this is my personal view on this. As Paul said, different judges may have different view and different perspective on looking at this. I really like this question because this really help gain insight about how certain people would score you, in the competition. So personally, when I look at this question as 2 parts. I look at the scalability and then the investability. I'll tackle both. So when I look at scalability, I think you need to ask 2 questions to look at your business idea. Number 1 is, do I actually know many people who would actually have these pain points or needs that you have in your business proposal? Okay, so have you identified the need or a particular customer segment that are really narrow or is actually quite wide? Now, sometimes you need to find the Goldilocks, right? So if it's too narrow, that means the opportunity is really small, but then you really address certain groups' needs. At the same time, when you're trying to address everyone in this world, that means you really have muddled your focus. And that's not really good for scalability in a way, and at the same time, you're not addressing everyone's need using one thing, right? So think of those. Do I know many people and can I focus on those people's needs? Not too wide, not too narrow. So that's the first part. The second part is actually look at, can this be scalability-wise? Can this be scaled easily? Now, again, you subdivide this into 2 parts, right? So can I scale my business idea easily? Can I actually make this happen not just in Beijing, Shanghai? Can I make this in San Francisco? Can I make this happen in New York, Sydney, and London, right? With certain tweaks. Is that done easily based on that? And then the second half is you need to look at the potential risk, right? Is this based on individual know-how in my team, right? Because I know someone in the government, or do I know someone, in this market? Or is it based on someone's local knowledge? And at the same time, you also want to look at whether you have your idea can be replicated by someone else who got more money than you, right? So someone come and copy your idea, and then they basically take the benefits of your creativity. So that answer the scalability. So that's how I see your presentation. Secondly, is investability. I'll cut it really short. If your idea is crowdfunded somewhere, would you pay your own money for your own idea? All right. So if you can answer that question yourself, that would probably help you prepare for your final round. I'm going to stop here. So good luck.
Thank you, Herman. Very, very insightful. Hopefully it's helpful to John. So Dan also asked whether the judges are mostly from the business world. No, actually, and we are, you can actually check our profiles on our website. Just in case, I put it on top in the chat group. So you can see all of our backgrounds. Yeah, we're domain experts in different fields. Ilya is a data scientist, and so he's very technical. Martin is a do-it-all, Mr. Do-it-all. On a strategic point. Dr. Ford is your really kind professor. She has various domain expertise, and I asked her help even myself, and many times. And then Herman is also an entrepreneur himself. So overall strategic planning, he is extremely good at strategic planning and marketing and sales. Yes. So each of us is different. We have our own background. Ilya also has a healthcare background. So it's Dr. Forbes. So yeah. So we're all different. So technical questions, I don't think they'll ask you technical questions unless if you mention it on your PPT, on your final presentation, or business plan. And then if you go deeper, we will go deeper with you, right? If you touch things on the surface level, if we're very interested, we might go deeper, but it's safer to, so it really depends on your comfort level, right? All right. Right, Henry? If you want, I mean, sorry, not Henry, right, Dan? If you want to go deeper, then say many deep things, very deep things, and then we will be able to respond, right? All right. And then Henry, does everyone in my team need to, actually, Luan, do you want to answer that? I mean, for
Yes.
Henry's question.
It is not a requirement for all the team members to participate during the final competition, but if your team only consists of 2 people, we strongly recommend you contact us to accommodate a time that allows at least 2 of the students to participate in the final round. It works for all teams.
Yeah. And Henry, if your team of 2, let's say your team of 2, and then your classmates, it's better if he can at least say something, right? Maybe he can do the elevator pitch, right? It's only 30 seconds, right? It's only 30 seconds in room 1 and room 2. You just have 30 seconds to briefly describe what your business plan is about, right? At least he can do that for you, right, Henry? And then, yeah. And then how many judges then? There'll be 1 judge in room 1 and then 2 judges in room 2. 1 judge in room 1 and 2 judges in room 2. Yeah. You're welcome, Dan. Yeah, so for those of you who are still here, I just want to give you a final encouragement. This is the only, or luckily enough, this is the only competition I think especially in Asia. In the US, there are lots of competition, but in Asia, in Greater China, or in Asia Pacific, this is the only competition that we have 2 years in a row of Harvard admitted students and Stanford admitted students. So I'm not saying you guys will get admitted to Harvard or Stanford, but I'm just wanting you to know your classmates, your PRT, or you yourself have participated in this competition and successfully got admitted to a top-tier university here in the United States. So, you guys want to do well, right? Try to do well, do the hard work. Your PRT is gonna they're not going to eat you alive, but they might. I mean, so you never know. So try to do well. Yeah, and good luck. Yeah. Are all team members, Sophia? Are all team members required to attend the final round? Again, we will encourage you to have all your teammates join you. If you really cannot, you need to have at least 2 people in your team, right? You need to have at least 2 people in your team to attend the final round. Yeah. And Sophia, if there's sudden short conflicts, there's nothing we can do. So it's, yeah, do plan to have at least 2 members of your team to show up for the final round. Yeah. All right. I think Dan, it's possible to win one of the top place without winning the. Yeah. Dan, yes. Yeah. Dan, I mean, honestly, I don't recall a team that in the top 3, I'm talking about top 3, right? Dan, the top 3 places, I think none of them have won their video voting. Yeah. That doesn't mean you can slack off on your video voting, right? Dan, don't slack off. You want to get your friends and families. Dan, I want to see at least 30 teams, 30 people vote for you. Okay, Dan, your team, I need to see at least 30 people vote for you. Yeah. Oh, I can't really. Martin, do you want to respond to that, Martin?
Well, I think it goes without saying your underlying idea and the work that you put into that idea is paramount, but I think enthusiasm is also very important. We like to see teams that are passionate about their idea. I think the teamwork dimension has always been very important. So overall, excitement about your idea, enthusiasm, being happy to be part of the competition, that goes a long way as well.
Thank you, Martin. Yeah. Yeah, really good questions. I can see that you're trying to go for top 3. Good luck to you. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay, Lori, I think that's it.
Okay. So to wrap up this meeting, thank you, judges and contestants, for your presence today. We'll look forward to meeting you again on the final round. Now take care. Have a good day or good night. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Dan.